From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Hi, this is Hannah Mordeau, and this is your News 8 Daily for Monday, February 9th. The Seattle Seahawks are victorious in the Super Bowl, and Bad Bunny brings love to America. That's next, but first, we start with a warm-up, sort of. It's going to get to 37 degrees. That's the high that we're expecting today. Right now, we're in the 20s, but hey, this is not as cold as we have been, and there's rain chances possible for the coming week. So maybe we can get rid of some of this snow and salt. I know I really need a car wash. The Seattle Seahawks are officially Super Bowl champs. The Seahawks beat the Patriots 29-13. Kenneth Walker III is the first running back to win Super Bowl MVP in 28 years. Walker rushed for 135 yards and had 26 receiving yards, making this his third straight 100-yard game. The 25-year-old running back is in his final year of his rookie contract and is set to enter free agency in 2026. Sports director Anthony Calhoun is in the Bay Area bringing you the Super Bowl 60 from all angles. He wraps up his coverage after the game.
What a journey it has been for the Seahawks, Sam Darnold, and now he finds himself with his first Super Bowl title. And I'm sure there's a lot of folks he wants to thank along the way, but you better believe he's thanking his defense today after the performance they had on Sunday against the Patriots to help the Seahawks win the Vince Lombardi Trophy. What a performance by the Seahawks defense, causing just so many problems for the young quarterback in Drake May and the Patriots, sacking him 6 times, causing 3 turnovers, and now Seattle picks up its second Super Bowl title in franchise history.
Just the best team I've ever been around. The closest, toughest, most connected team I've ever been on. And our guys made it come to life. Everybody in the organization just straight ahead. No drag. Stack days. I love them. I'm actually, like, as great as it is, I wish the season kept going because it's just such a great team.
To play football with these guys, you know, in that locker room, these coaches, like, truly, like, love coming to work every day. And I think that's, you know, that's a credit to this guy, too. Like, just the messaging that he showed. And, you know, it's just a special place to play football and to come to work every day.
They're a good football team. And, you know, we'll have to, you know, be able to learn from this and understand what we have to do to get back to this and know how hard it is and how difficult every year is and that it starts over.
What I like to have back, I like to go back to the beginning and redo it. But, no, there's so many plays that you can decide and change the game. You have to have the fumble or whatever, and then return it for a touchdown. There's numerous plays in the first half where I feel like I could have made a better throw or make a better decision. And really just comes down to who makes the plays and who doesn't. And they made plays tonight.
So the Seahawks get a little payback, if you will, against the Patriots after what happened to them in Super Bowl 49. And just like that game against the Patriots back in 2015, it was all about defense making the difference in that game. That would be the same case Sunday night here between these two teams. So the Seahawks, they're the champs of the NFL this year. Next up, the NFL and the Super Bowl heads a little south from here to Los Angeles for Super Bowl 61. And, of course, Wish TV, we will be there every step of the way for the 10th straight year, bringing you all the access to the biggest game in sports, the Super Bowl. Anthony Calhoun, Wish TV, and WishTV.com.
Grammy winner Bad Bunny delivers a tribute to Puerto Rico in the Super Bowl halftime show. The show featured surprise appearances from Lady Gaga and Ricky Martin. It also had references to Puerto Rico's sugarcane fields, Hurricane Maria in 2017, and the frequent power outages that the U.S. territory has experienced since then. There was also an actual wedding in the show. I wasn't even sure if it was real or not, but I guess it is. Bad Bunny served as the witness to the wedding. Bad Bunny ended by holding a football that said, "Together, we are America." Local news now. A church in Beech Grove is moving forward after a devastating fire. The Congregation of Independent Nazarene Church held a service yesterday morning despite losing their church building 2 days before. News 8's Kat Sandoval reports.
The fire heavily damaged the church, but the congregation still held service at its school gym right next door. One parishioner says the church is not the building, but the people. The Congregation of the Independent Nazarene Church held service despite its building catching fire Friday night. More than 100 people were in attendance, including Beech Grove's mayor.
Just sadness. It's sad to see a place of worship and a place of love where people come each and every day to support each other as a family. It's sad to see that up in flames.
The fire department says flames ran through the attic on both ends, leading to partial roof collapse. It took 84 firefighters 5 hours to extinguish the flames. At one point, a vehicle ran and severed a water supply line. Thankfully, no one was hurt. Roger Bennett and his wife were the first to get married at the church over 50 years ago. He was horrified when he heard the news because the building held so many memories. But he says the church continues on.
The church is not the building. The church is the people. And you can see today that we have a lot of good people and a lot of good memories, and we'll cherish those memories, but we're going to keep moving on.
The pastor, who appears teary-eyed, says they'll continue with church service every Sunday.
Shock, devastation, but coming together like I've never seen us come together. In addition to the church congregation coming together, the community has come together in an incredible way.
The pastor says they put down carpet to cover up the gym floors, and the mayor of Beech Grove says the church has always been there for the community, and he says the community is now here for them. I'm Kat Sandoval with Wish TV, wishtv.com.
In Indianapolis, police say they are treating the death of a person found inside a car as a homicide. IMPD says officers were called to West 29th Street and MLK on the northwest side at around 2 yesterday afternoon. Police say they found the body with traumatic injuries inside the car. Investigators have not released a name or description of the victim yet. The family of a Fishers teenager found dead in Ohio is inviting the community to join in a celebration of life this week. Hailey Buzbee's father posted on social media, welcoming everyone to gather to honor and celebrate Hailey. The 17-year-old was reported missing in early January, and police found her dead last week. A 39-year-old man is under arrest in connection to the case, but is not facing murder charges yet. The celebration of life is scheduled for Thursday at 6 p.m. in Fishers at I-Town Church. In Jay County, a survivor of the crash involving Amish construction workers and an undocumented semi-driver is recovering in the hospital. 55-year-old Donald Stipp was driving the van carrying 14 people back from a work site. State police say a semi swerved into oncoming traffic on State Road 67, hitting the van head-on, killing 4 of the passengers. Stipp's daughter-in-law tells us that he suffered a fractured spine and cracked rib, but after surgery and stitches, he is responsive and recovering in the hospital. She says she is grateful for the support given to her family, but says the families of those killed also need help.
I mean, we have their support right now. I'm appreciative of that, but also please support the Amish families. They have lost a tremendous load, way more than we have. We luckily have survived through this. Theirs has not, which is beyond sad. And I just to be there, be supportive, be very careful and aware of other drivers like the one that hit my father-in-law. Be very cautious out there.
Federal immigration agents have since detained the driver. The Department of Homeland Security claims he was in the country illegally, though the app investigators say he used to come into the U.S. was a legal mechanism at the time. Investigators in Arizona have not named a suspect or a person of interest more than a week after Savannah Guthrie's mother went missing. The Today Show host released another video over the weekend pleading for her mom's safe return. Jen Sullivan reports.
The desperate search for Nancy Guthrie now stretching into a second week.
We beg you now to return our mother to us.
Today Show host Savannah Guthrie clutching her 2 siblings in the newly released video Saturday where they directly address the kidnapper or kidnappers.
We received your message and we understand. We will pay.
This latest message comes after reported ransom notes have been sent to some Tucson, Arizona newsrooms and TMZ. One note allegedly demanding $6 million in the form of Bitcoin by Monday at 5 p.m. and threatened Nancy Guthrie's life if those demands were not met. The FBI released a statement Friday saying investigators are, quote, actively inspecting the information provided in the message for its authenticity. Then on Sunday, the Pima County Sheriff's Office posting on X they still have no suspects or persons of interest.
At this point, I think we all have a heightened sense of, do we trust this? Are these hoaxsters? Or is this really going to bring Nancy home?
Saturday night, at least 3 deputy sheriffs were seen at her daughter Annie Guthrie's home, but no details were released as to why. For days, investigators have been scouring the Tucson, Arizona desert neighborhood where Nancy Guthrie lives for clues, but so far nothing has led them to her whereabouts. The 84-year-old was reported missing last Sunday after a friend told family members she did not show up for church services. The FBI has placed digital billboards throughout Arizona and surrounding states hoping for tips. Back in Nancy's neighborhood, candles and messages of hope left outside her home.
It almost feels like time is standing still right now.
I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
Senator Todd Young from Indiana says he trusts states to continue to control their own elections. This is the response to President Donald Trump's demand that Republicans nationalize voting. Young talked to News 8's government reporter, Garrett Berquist, for this week's episode of All Indiana Politics.
Article 1, Section 4 of the U.S. Constitution clearly delegates authority for holding congressional elections to the states, though Congress can alter some regulations. That hasn't stopped President Trump from calling repeatedly over the past few days for Republicans to take over the voting. Young dismisses that call.
Well, Garrett, I've consistently said that I trust Hoosiers to hold free and fair elections. We've consistently, during my lifetime, done a very good job with that. I charge other states. In fact, the Constitution charges other states with doing the same. So when Chuck Schumer advocated for nationalization of our elections and one-size-fits-all rules, I sort of felt like oftentimes he was gaming the system, and there's always a suspicion that that's going to occur. One of the best safety measures we have to ensure free and fair elections is to delegate the administration responsibilities for those elections to the states, and I still support that. And you are right, there are constitutional provisions that are right on point.
You can see in-depth interviews with your elected officials just like that one every Sunday on All Indiana Politics. You can watch it at 9:30 every Sunday morning right here on Wish TV. I'm Garrett Bergquist for Wish TV and WishTV.com.
Congress has until the end of this week to agree on a funding bill for the Department of Homeland Security. So far, the Republican majority is refusing Democrats' demands for restrictions on federal immigration officers. Reed Binion reports.
The ball is in the court right now of the Republicans.
House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries ahead of a crucial deadline for funding the Department of Homeland Security, saying Democrats are standing firm by their demands.
Dramatically reform the way in which ICE and other immigration enforcement agencies are conducting themselves.
Jeffries saying if that doesn't happen, a DHS shutdown would be the fault of Republicans.
They're making the explicit decision to shut down the Coast Guard, shut down FEMA, and shut down TSA.
Lawmakers have just days to find a DHS funding solution or see the agency shut down. The deadline is Friday. Democrats' list of requirements for a bill to fund DHS and reform ICE include requiring immigration enforcement agents to wear body cameras and remove face masks, among other conditions. Certain Republican lawmakers have indicated openness to some of those demands.
When I was mayor of Miami-Dade County, we put body cameras on all Miami-Dade County police. Putting what agency you're from, I have no problem with that.
But other demands are seeing more pushback from Republicans.
A lot of times those face masks are there to protect the ICE agent themselves.
I'm Reed Binion for Wish TV and WishTV.com.
At the Winter Olympics in Italy, Breezy Johnson is a gold medalist. She is only the second woman from the United States to win skiing's downhill event. Johnson followed up a victory in last year's World Championship with the first U.S. medal of the Winter Games yesterday. It was also redemption for Johnson, who missed the 2022 Games in Beijing with a knee injury. Johnson's gold medal winning run came just ahead of the violent crash that ended the comeback hopes of the other American woman to win downhill gold. The U.S. ski team says Lindsey Vonn is stable after going down just 13 seconds into her run. She clipped a gate and stumbled down the slope. The 41-year-old was skiing just 9 days after rupturing the ACL in her left knee, and doctors say that's the leg that she broke in the crash. She was flown from the mountain and taken to a hospital and has since had surgery. College basketball now, IU and Purdue women's basketball teams renewed their rivalry in Bloomington. Indiana's Shea Chesky led the Hoosiers with 29 points. She also had 12 rebounds and 8 assists. Hoosiers win their third straight, 74-59, and avenge last month's loss in Lafayette. IU men take on Oregon tonight at Assembly Hall. The school also says it's planning a special celebration to recognize the 50th anniversary of its unbeaten 1975-76 national championship basketball team. The team Bob Knight led finished the season with a perfect 32-0. The team is the most recent Division I basketball team to finish undefeated and national champions. IU says it's going to give away commemorative posters of the team at the game while supplies last. Tip-off set for 8:30. A piece of memorabilia from Indiana's football national title has sold for more than 6 figures. The headset Coach Cignetti wore during the national championship game sold at auction for more than $112,000. Online IU gear marketplace Bison Drops posted the headset for auction. It says the top bid jumped by $90,000 in the last hour. The money for the headset will go towards IU's name, image, and likeness fund for student athletes. Pacers watch another player goes down with injury while the team loses to the Raptors in Toronto. Third quarter in it, Pacers forward Johnny Furphy went for the dunk but went down immediately after holding his right knee. The team says Furphy will have more testing done later today. The shorthanded Pacers, though, were not able to keep the game close in the second half and lost 122-104. Indiana now heads to New York to take on the Knicks tomorrow night at 7:30. This has been your News 8 Daily from Wish TV. I'm Hannah Mordeau. Watch us on Wish TV and wishtv.com.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go, connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening, and be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.